Welcome all to a quick little update with Viva the Crypto. My name's Dino, and if you haven't seen me for a while, I just want to say sorry. I haven't actually been doing many videos recently because I've actually been a bit selfish, and I have been in between jobs and trying to sort some stuff out with work. What I've also been doing is actually house hunting, so I've just bought a house. So it's taken up a bit of my time. Obviously not the ideal time with obviously everything that's happened in crypto over the last few weeks, but now I will have a bit more time to focus. But on that, I'm actually off to Vegas this Saturday, so you won't have me again for another week. I was trying to do a video for Invatio ICO, but they've just changed the terms drastically, so my research, which has taken loads and loads of time, has kind of thrown me out. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is the current situation with what's going on with Suppoman, and I feel the need to actually come out and make my views, put my views out there, just because I feel quite strongly about it. Now, I'm a big fan of Doug Polk. I'm actually, I used to be massively into poker, so I know him from being in my poker days through watching games and so on. But what kind of really drew me when I first got into crypto early last year, I looked at resources, I looked at different things, and I actually did do a Suppoman course, and just one of the initial ones, just to kind of get the groundwork. I kind of really my background is financial services. I do a lot of exams, and I learned to cram, so I read a lot, but sometimes it's good to have reference. And yeah, it was really good initially, got in, learnt a lot, and kind of moved on. But I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Suppoman. I'm not saying he's an authority, he knows everything. But what happened was Doug Polk released this video in which he discusses a couple of things, one of which is the video in which Suppoman had a message come in offering him 2 Bitcoin. Now, I'm a big believer, just because someone offers you something, it doesn't mean that you are going to accept that. Now, sometimes someone might offer me something and I might just play along and say, well, and you may just be interested, but it doesn't mean you actually accepted it. And Suppoman, to his credit, has come out and said, I did not accept those 2 Bitcoin. Now, what Doug then goes on to say is about Suppoman. He discussed about the fact he was going to launch a he had his ideal ICO, and he was going to let everyone know if they subscribed to his course. A lot of people went and bought the course, and then he actually released a new ICO course. Now, yes, that could have been done better, but to compare Suppoman to Trevon James, I think is a complete unfair comparison. Do I think that Suppoman is completely up front? I do think most of the time. This is a guy who makes most of his money off of investing in a product and then telling people why he's invested, why he likes it, and he also discusses projects that he believes in, and makes a lot of his money off his courses. Now, my channel isn't monetized. It was about to, but YouTube changed its views. A lot of what I do, I spent a lot of money getting into this, paying for the camera, paying for the software, paying for bloody green screens. It costs a lot of money. If I potentially, if I do an ICO review and I'm going to claim a bounty, I'll always say, I'm going to go for a bounty on this. I haven't had any yet. But also, if I've been offered many paid reviews, but I've decided that none of the projects that have come to me to do a paid review, none of them would be anything that I would invest in myself. So I've decided, how can I, even do a sponsored review on something that I would invest in myself? So I haven't actually had the difficult decision, in relation to that anyway. But I'm a big fan of Doug. I like how he doesn't care. He goes after people. I think, yes, he was right to criticize Suppoman. Do I think I would compare him to some of the other, yeah, McCaffrey. Yeah, he is a bit of a shiller. Probably, I still wouldn't put Superman in that same bracket. But this is just my 2 cents. This is what I think. Putting my oar into the conversation, and you know, I hope. I'm sure Superman will come out the other side. He's not, you know, being completely abandoned by his followers, but you know, hopefully he'll move on. I'm sure he's admitted. And the good thing about Superman is he came out. He said, "I've made a mistake," and you know, let's all move on. So there you go. That's, like I said, that's my 2 cents. If you have just come across this video, again, with Viva La Crypto, we typically do ICO reviews. We'll have a few more coming up, especially after next week. We'll start going through a lot more. I'll always say that anything we go through is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research. And I think what we've seen in the news is just highlighted that even more. So thank you for stopping by, and as always, good luck.